Thank you for sharing with us tonight. I beg your pardon because I have an accent too.
Oh, you're from New York, I think, is that?
No. My question is this. Even if we grant that theism is true, then we still have a plethora of gods to choose from, or faith paths to follow. Some of these faith paths, as Dr. Lennox pointed out, are in fact delusional. Why then is faith in Jesus not delusional? Why believe in him instead of, say, Zeus or Allah?
Right. It's a very good question. Thank you.
Can I start? I think the answer to your question is that each of us has got to make up our own minds on the basis of evidence. And if I'm asked the question, and I'm often asked it as a scientist, okay, there may be evidence for an intelligent God behind the universe, and that allows us to do science and so on, but why do you believe in Jesus? Why not someone else? There's a long answer to that question, and there's also a short answer. I'll give you the short answer. Because I discover, first of all, that there is more evidence than the purely scientific. There's the evidence of history, culture, experience. And therefore, I note that Christianity is not simply a philosophy. It talks about a relationship with God. And at its heart, there is this stupendous claim that God has taken the initiative to reach human beings, and he has become human in Jesus Christ. Why do I take that seriously? Because of the resurrection. And I believe that that occurred as a fact of history. I believe there is evidence for it. But the short answer to your question is this. I discover that Jesus does not compete with any other religion for the very simple reason that he offers me something that none of the others do. And it's worth trying to get your mind round that, because roughly speaking, and this is very crude because we haven't time to go into it in detail, you will discover that religions teach roughly the same thing at the level of morality. Every one of them, so far as I know, has got the golden rule. Where they differentiate is where they tell us the basis whereby a person can have real peace and a relationship with God. And most religions tell us it is by following a way or a path or a set of precepts that in the end pile up merit so that God will ultimately accept us. Christianity, so far as I know, is utterly unique here, where it says to us straight, the basis is not merit. Indeed, if you look at our human relationships, you would insult your fellow human beings, particularly your wife or husband, if you based your relationship with them on merit. Fancy saying to the girl you wanted to marry, you know, I'd love you to be my wife, but I'd need to see just how good you were at looking after me. So I'll give you 40 years, and if you earn enough money to keep me in decent health and so on for the next 40 years, then I would think of accepting you. I don't think we'd get too far with that kind of a proposal, would we? And I notice you laugh, ladies and gentlemen, but there are millions of people that think exactly that of God. Isn't it odd? We would never think of treating human beings like that. And so therefore one of the reasons I am a Christian is that this rings utterly true to me. It is an analysis of my situation, that I have fallen short of God's standards. I can't earn the merit. I need an utter transformation of life, and uniquely in Christianity, I find that Christ on the cross, through his death and resurrection, has done the something on the basis of which God can accept me, not because I can earn it, but because I can't. And therefore I now try to serve him, not to gain acceptance, but because I already have it. In that area, Christianity is utterly unique. That's only part of the answer, but that will do for me.